Hello, basketball people, we have news. Let's go to more news about the Golden State Warriors. I ask you to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I am a Warriors fan. The Warriors are being asked to sign Kelly Oubre Jr., who is considered a strong defensive player and aggressive offensive player and will be a great addition to the Warriors. The 2025 NBA offseason hasn't gone as originally planned for the Golden State Warriors. As the franchise has yet to come to a contract agreement with forward Jonathan Kuminga, the Warriors have been stagnant all summer, still the only team yet to add or resign a player. Though the Kuminga situation has no clear timeline for getting solved, there is a player who, if Golden State trades for, could fix what has been the dominant storyline in the Bay Area over the past few months. Writing for Bleacher Report, Andy Bailey discussed why the Warriors would be interested in a player like Kelly Oubre in Philadelphia 76ers trade talks. Familiarity is at least a part of why the Golden State Warriors are here. Oubre played for them during the 2020-21 campaign, when he averaged 15.4 points and 1.6 threes, Bailey wrote. The Warriors need more punch off the bench and currently only have 9 players under contract. Though his one season in Golden State didn't lead to championship success, Oubre was the third highest scorer on that iteration of the team. As the Sixers look to be in a precarious situation with their injuries and younger players, Oubre could be a candidate to be traded to a contender this summer or before the deadline, according to Jake Fisher. Warriors' quiet offseason. More than 2 months into free agency, the only roster changes made by Golden State have been losing Kevin Looney to the New Orleans Pelicans. As of early September, the Kuminga holdout has dominated their summer, and a deal still isn't close to being made, according to recent reports. While the Warriors are still expected to sign former Boston Celtics center Al Horford and resign D'Anthony Melton, the franchise has still been quiet when it comes to player signings, now just less than a month before training camp. Golden State has reportedly offered Kuminga the qualifying offer, which would mean he would make around $7.9 million next season and become a free agent in the summer of 2026. But while he wants a deal closer to $20 to $30 million over multiple years, the team may have better success trading the young forward for a piece better suited to slide into their roster with championship aspirations. Kuminga has been mock-traded to teams around the league, but while Golden State will want to find an adequate replacement for both his scoring and bringing a greater two-way presence, there's one name that has yet to be mentioned. Underscore 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 underscore. Kelly Oubre as a Kuminga situation fix. In steps Oubre, who over the past few seasons has been one of the more under-the-radar scorers in the league. He's averaged at least 15 points over the last 7 seasons for the Warriors, Phoenix Suns, Charlotte Hornets, and Sixers. His shooting numbers have room for improvement, but as seen with those who play with Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, the floor spacing is on a different level when it comes to the Warriors. Additionally, his athleticism and paint presence on both sides of the court would be a plus for this Golden State roster. At least in theory, a downhill scoring threat like Oubre should be able to pull some defenses inward and away from shooters like Stephen Curry, Buddy Hield, and Brandon Podziemski, Bailey wrote. Oubre is in the last year of his deal, making roughly $8.4 million for the Sixers, but could replace Kuminga as a more experienced option on the wing for the Warriors. As Fisher reported, the Sixers are reportedly interested in moving on from Oubre, as with the recent surgeries of Joel Embiid and Paul George, the franchise looks to be heading into a new era led by Tyrese Maxey, Jared McCain, and VJ Edgecombe. Golden State has been quiet all summer, but now with Oubre potentially available, he could be a fix to what has been a months-long issue for the team. Ben Simmons' refusal to take a veteran minimum eliminates the Warriors from negotiations. As the Warriors have been held in a chokehold this offseason by the financial uncertainty surrounding Kuminga's contract, they have watched the market largely pass them by. Now, as training camp approaches, the team must carefully choose which free agents they will approach once they have their affairs in order. As it stands, Golden State has about $25 million more to spend until they reach the first apron with 6 more roster spots to fill. Presumed signing Al Horford will likely take the mid-level exception, meaning that there is not a huge concern on that front, but it also signifies that every other free agent that the team signs will likely have to join on a veteran minimum deal. According to Jake Fisher in the latest edition of the Steinline newsletter, Simmons has already rejected a 1-year deal, which was almost certainly a vet minimum offer, from the New York Knicks this offseason. Therefore, the Warriors, who only have veteran minimum contracts to offer as they attempt to fill out their rotation, likely would not have enticed Simmons in the first place. As they pursue a championship in their final seasons with superstar Stephen Curry on the roster, the organization must turn to the veteran experience of players like DeAnthony Melton, Gary Payton II, Seth Curry or even Malcolm Brogdon, all of whom are still available on the open market. While Simmons was an intriguing idea to entertain, ultimately such a signing was not meant to be, and Golden State may have avoided a dire mistake as a result. Warriors could bring in veteran sharpshooter in free agency. The Golden State Warriors could secure several major victories by signing a quality distance shooter in free agency. Seth Curry is an unrestricted free agent this summer. Curry, 35, has the offensive range to fit into Golden State's offense. The Warriors would be able to bring in Curry to pair with his older brother, Stephen Curry. The familial duo would add more anticipation for games, which would be a major plus for the organization. On the court, Golden State would add a nifty ball handler to its backcourt. They could use another shot creator who can make plays for others off the bench. The younger Curry was incredibly efficient last season. The Duke University product shot 47.8% from the field in conjunction with a 45.6% connect rate from the three-point line. More so, the younger Curry showed the ability to keep defenders on their toes, while scoring off of screens as well as swiftly getting to his spots. Thus, on a team-friendly deal, he would be a great addition for Golden State ahead of next season. Warriors linked to reunion with defensive fan favorite. Sun vs. Dream, September 8, 25. The Golden State Warriors have had a near-dormant offseason. Aside from picking up Alex Tui, number 52, and Will Richard, number 56, in the draft via trade, the front office has yet to make a major move. The biggest holdup remains the restricted free agency of Jonathan Kuminga. Until that situation is resolved, Golden State's cap sheet is in limbo. The team currently has only 9 players under standard contract and is expected to add 5 or 6 more in September. One name drawing buzz is DeAnthony Melton. In his predictions of the top free agents still available, Bleacher Report's Eric Pincus noted that several agents and executives around the league believe Melton already has a deal lined up to return to Golden State. It's not hard to see why the Warriors would be interested. Melton is a versatile guard who thrives on defense, pushes the pace, and can knock down threes at a respectable clip. He isn't the kind of star who changes a franchise, but he is exactly the kind of role player who makes a contender deeper. Why the Warriors need him? Golden State is still building around Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green. The core is aging. The margin for error has never been thinner. Role players like DeAnthony Melton, Gary Payton II, and possibly Seth Curry are the type of pieces that can cover holes. They also give Steve Kerr more flexibility with rotations. Melton's defensive chops and ability to play either guard spot make him an easy fit. He doesn't need the ball to be effective. That matters when sharing the floor with Curry and Butler. What it means for the Warriors. If Pincus is right and Melton already has a deal in place, it would be a quietly important move for Golden State. Adding him back to the roster gives the Warriors another trusted defender. A guard who can handle minutes on or off the ball. And a player with experience thriving in a supporting role. It wouldn't be a headline-grabbing signing. But it's the type of addition that balances a roster. With Curry still at an elite level, Butler bringing veteran edge, and Green anchoring the defense, Melton could be one of the glue guys who helps keep Golden State in the fight out west. Draymond Green adds to Warriors' mounting pressures. Several NBA teams are expected to make significant leaps next year, whether that be from the lottery to the playoffs or from the playoffs to a championship. That is particularly true for the Warriors, who saw their offseason arrive early after a second-round playoff exit. The Warriors have never shied away from believing in their ability to win a championship, a belief that will now be particularly important as their core players enter the final stage of their careers. A sprint to the finish line last season forced Golden State into must-win mode for every game once Jimmy Butler III arrived. How taxing the end of last year was has created a deeper sense of urgency to come out of the gates hot and avoid a dogfight for a playoff spot. Despite this, ESPN projects a 7th seed landing for the Warriors, which would drag them back into the play-in tournament. No matter what analytics say, confidence hasn't wavered within the group, especially amongst their all-stars. Bold predictions. In a recent video of Butler working out with Draymond Green, Green brazenly proclaimed the Warriors as 2026 champions. "I'm right where I need to be, baby. And we gettin' that B********* H this year." The NBA's preseason has yet to even start. The Warriors front office still has many moves to make. Many questions still linger heading into training camp. Draymond blurted out a presumptuous take not only due to the age of Golden State's core, but also the uncertainty surrounding their roster. Green going rogue. This isn't the first instance in which Green has predicted a championship. He went on live television during TNT's broadcast of the 2025 All-Star Game and echoed the same sentiment. "I think we're going to win the championship," Green said, before changing his word choice. "I'm sorry, I said I think we're going to win a championship, but I lied. We are going to win the championship." The Warriors didn't fulfill Draymond's prophecy. Regardless of how last season ended, though, Green's belief in his group to conquer it all remains steadfast. During an offseason where the Warriors were criticized for not upgrading their roster, his declaration adds fuel to the media's fire. It heaps extra pressure on him, Butler, and most of all, Stephen Curry. The West will be loaded once again this year, and the Warriors face another uphill battle to earn a guaranteed playoff seed. The NBA is unpredictable, many things have to go right for a team to come out on top. Green's words could come back to haunt him if they face another early postseason exit, or worse, miss it altogether. A small window is open to maximize their title run. Butler and Curry don't need extra motivation. But Green's take further cements expectations at a point when the odds are stacked against them. Golden standard. Draymond may have piled onto the pressure for his team, but he didn't set the bar by saying it. He just reminded the world of what the goal has always been, an NBA title. It was bold. It was risky. But it was Draymond.